Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. Triple witching is over. S&P rebalancing is over. Lots of crazy moves based on all of that stuff. One of the things we did over the past week is we had a class on this new indicator, and a couple people were just asking like, okay, great, I love the indicator. What is a no-brainer buy? Okay, no-brainer buy. So there's a couple components of this. First of all, you get a squeeze. Once you get the signal bar turning green, that means all time frames are aligned. Okay, at this point, you've got an incredibly high probability that this stock is going to move higher when the energy from the squeeze is released. Then the arrow indicates that after a new 21 bar low, we've got a break above the high of the low bar. This combination is deadly accurate, okay? And then you can just kind of get into that sucker. You could buy the stock, you could buy calls, you could sell puts, whatever it is that you want to do to take advantage of a very high probability, larger than expected move, okay? And then of course to the downside is just the opposite. You're sitting here going like, okay, there's a squeeze. Now the dots here are red, meaning that all time frames are red. And boom, that's when you just kind of take off and go. So an extremely high probability at that point that that's gonna nosedive. So the whole idea here then is that, right here there's nothing to do. It's finding another stock where this is setting up, and there are those on both the downside and the upside. There was always something setting up. Then once you identify it, then you just want to find it, which is great. And then for those of you that didn't know, there was rebalancing in addition to triple witching on Friday. So the rebalancing typically happens towards the end of the day, and you can see this 5-minute bar here, just this huge spike up. We puked it back down to 95. I thought actually the most interesting move was on Amazon, where you had the push down and then the rebalancing to the buy side pushed it from 700 to 706 in a matter of 8 minutes, which was pretty insane. And then there were some smaller moves, Facebook. You can see the little rebalancing buy into the close. Netflix, I don't think net didn't do. Yeah, a little bit of a rebalancing buy there, kept it at a pin near 95. And then even Tesla, although it got pounded here in this area, had a little bit of rebalancing to the buy side. So very fascinating day to say the least. As we head into next week, the main thing I want to caution you guys about is that the skew, for the first time since mid-January, is over 135. This increases the risk of a 2 standard deviation move to the downside exponentially. You can see that the biggest down moves always happen when this spikes up above there. It's pretty insane. So, and of course down here it's a screaming buy. So right now, the risk here is that we actually get a pretty decent move. It doesn't mean it happens, on Monday. It just means it's time to get ready for that. And the odds of it happening are pretty high. Okay, so that's kind of the strongest sell signal that we've had since this market bottomed here in early February. And just a quick note here, the live event that we're going to be doing at the end of June is sold out. And for those of you that don't know, this is kind of a nice program. Mentoring, limited to 50 people, small group. So it is sold out. For those of you that were interested in it, it's like, oh, well, I actually wanted to do it. Well, first of all, you couldn't get on the wait list. So if for some reason you're just realizing, you're just hearing about this going like, oh my gosh, I actually would like to go to this, you can go on the wait list. There's, usually like 1 or 2 people that as you get it closer, something happens, they get sick, plan changes. It doesn't happen all the time, but it has happened. You can do that, or you can actually stream it. The seminars, the live events, $49.97. You can stream it from the comfort of your home for $19.97. Now you're not going to see like a view like this. You're essentially going to see the screen. Plus there'll be a small camera on the speakers. But you can at least see all the different strategies from a mentoring type perspective that we'll be talking about. Okay. And if you would like to go to this page and explore, you can go to simplertrading.com/stream. All right. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you at the next update.